Shannon, can you see KD playing?
Skip, I don't. I just don't see him playing. I know he had surgery on that Achilles on June 12th of 2019, and so we're coming up on a year. But, Skip, the season is about to be condensed, and you're going to be asking an awful lot of a guy because I don't believe they're going to get the normal rest that they would get, Skip, if they were playing during the season. So you got these 8 games that's going to have to be played in a very short amount of time, and then you're going to have to start the season. And remember, if I'm not mistaken, they're going to start the following season on December 1st. So you ended on October 12th, and you're going to start the next upcoming season on December 1st, which means you're going to have a training camp or something, Skip. I just think that's asking an awful lot. I know Kyrie had shoulder surgery in March, and they said it was going to be a 4-month recovery, so that would put him around July. But I just don't see Kevin Durant coming back and risking it. I think the risk is too great versus what the reward would be. So I don't see him playing this year, Skip.
So is it possible?
Oh, there you go.
Is it possible that I just heard Shannon Sharpe poo-poo the possibilities of the best player on the planet coming back all of a sudden as we restart the NBA season and taking over the postseason?
No, it's
Is it possible?
No, it's not. It's possible that he could come back. Yes. The question was it possible? Is it, do I see him? And I said no, and I listed the reasons why I don't think he was going to come back. That's it.
I am not privy to KD's medicals, but all I know is by the time they actually play a game around August the 1st, it will have been a year and almost 2 months since he had surgery. Not since he suffered the Achilles tear, since he had surgery. A year and 2 months. That is long enough to heal that injury.
Okay.
If he has been playing a little bit of sort of pickup basketball, if he has been going through high-speed drills, and the Achilles is responding just fine, which it well might be responding just fine because they are so good with that surgery now that it can be like a 10-month recovery. So if you give it 12 months, 14 months, now up to 14, all of a sudden I'm saying, why not? He may say, why not? I watched Kevin the other day on Lil Wayne's new radio show, and his quote was, I'll be back when it's time. He said, I know everybody wants to know, a lot of emotions are running high, but he said, I'll be back when it's time. Well, could it be time on August the 1st?
I think he will. I think he would on the side of caution because last time he thought it was time, and he let people get in his ear and tell him to come back. Kevin, we can do this. We can't do this without you. We need you. He let his teammates gas him up. He let his coaches gas him up. And look what he got him, Skip. Okay,
but do you want to miss effectively 2 years of basketball?
It ain't been no 2 years. It's 1 year, Skip Bayless. You know good well. It's
starting to feel like 2 years. So let's do the hypothetical. Okay. What if he comes back, and what if 5 months after arthroscopic shoulder surgery, Kyrie comes back because they're very close, right. We know. They're an item. They went together to the Nets. So if Kevin says, you know what, I feel like playing, I'm ready to play, I'm 1,000%, you don't think Kyrie would say, okay, let's do this? What if they both come back to a team that is now 30-24, and 34 of those games were played without Kyrie or Kevin? So Kyrie only played 20 games, but he averaged 27 a game. That's a career high.
Right.
For what it's worth, he averaged 5 rebounds. That was also a career high. He was playing at a high level, even though he tends, as he often does, to throw even the Nets teammates under the bus. But let's talk about those teammates, shall we? There were 7 Nets averaging at least 10 points a game, 7 in double figures. That's not counting Kevin Durant. Spencer Dinwiddie averaging 21 and 7 assists, both career highs. That's pretty good, right? He's a nice player. And Karis LeVert, maybe say, came out of nowhere, but all of a sudden we got some splash games going from him, right? He's averaging career high 18, but lately he scored 34 at Washington, and then he scored 51 at Boston in a big win for the Nets. Can he score the basketball? Yeah, absolutely. You better believe it. Joe Harris, can he shoot? Yeah, we know he can shoot. We saw him win a three-point contest. He's averaging career high 14, shooting 41% from 3. That's pretty good. Do they have any interior firepower? Yeah, they do. Jared Allen's pretty good. He's averaging 10 rebounds a game, career high. DeAndre Jordan, he's still got some game left. He's averaging 10 rebounds a game. So you have 2 double-digit 10 rebounders.
And they can protect the paint.
They can both protect. I just gave you a pretty good basketball team. If you add Kyrie, Irving, and Kevin Durant to that team, is it sure it's possible?
Yeah.
It's very possible.
Who goes to the bench?
Well, that's a good problem.
Yeah, no, it ain't no good problem.
Yes, it is.
No.
You can mix and match. If the games are coming fast and furious, you can limit Kevin's minutes to 15, 17, 20 a night.
But, Skip, I think the thing is that integrating all those pieces, and we saw when you got guys that are anxious. I mean, look at Jaylen Brown, what he's become. Look at what Jason Tatum's become once they removed Kyrie. Okay, you notice Karis LeVert and Spencer Dinwiddie is doing a lot of this without Kyrie on the court, without KD on the court. Okay, you bring KD, you bring Kyrie back. You got to integrate those guys playing together, and you got to get other guys that can go along with them, knowing they got to take less of a role now.
Okay.
Well, Skip, I'm just doing my thing. I'm about to get a big payday. Hey, I'm trying to get me one of them old max contracts, Skip, and I can't get that average. If I'm averaging 21, then all of a sudden I start averaging 13. I'm averaging 18, all of a sudden I'm averaging 10. How they going to pay me?
So you're already posing some dissension in the Nets locker room? No.
See,
no.
there you go. There you go.
All of a sudden, if you can add 2 of the top 10 players to a decent team already, and I'm going to remind you, we're talking about the Eastern Conference. The cakewalk conference that used to belong to LeBron James.
Oh,
his cakewalk to the finals every year.
All right, so you're saying Giannis, the reason why Giannis doing what he's doing is because that's the Eastern Conference, huh?
Well,
is that
maybe,
what you said?
Maybe.
Is that what you said?
So let's do a what if. So right now the Nets are sitting in the 7th seed, but they're only a half game ahead of the Orlando Magic, the 8th seed.
Right.
Okay, let's say they get off to a little rusty, out of sync start. And they wind up, the Nets do, as the 8th seed with Kevin Durant and Kyrie trying to figure it out. And all of a sudden, guess who they'd play in round 1?
They got
Woohoo! Here we would go. What if the light bulbs all went on at the same time and they said, we just figured this out?
And what if Giannis sweep them?
Well, what if KD turns back into the MVP of the NBA Finals? What if he turns back into that guy? Look, what we see, he won back-to-back MVPs right in LeBron's face, in LeBron's house in Game 3s. And then last year, did it not look like he was on his way to maybe winning a 3rd straight MVP? He was turning the whole series around before the Achilles snapped, right?
Why you do that?
I'm doing it because it's the truth. What if he comes back and says, hey, watch this? I mean, I'm 100% healthy. Watch this.
But you make it seem like LeBron was just like fettuccine.
I didn't say that.
He was, you know what I'm saying, Skip? I mean, he averaged a triple-double in 5 games, and he was like 4 rebounds short of averaging another triple-double. Now, Michael Jordan plays great and lose. Oh, my goodness. That was not Michael Jordan's fault. He had no help. LeBron averaged a triple-double, loses in 5, gets swept, averaged almost another triple-double, 4 rebounds short of a triple-double, and Kevin Durant, boom, right between LeBron.
Did he not? He shot one shot right in his face. Right in his face. It was the shot of the game. Remember, we're going back 3
Well, I wish JR would have shot the shot in front of KD's face when he was 4 foot from the basket. How about that?
How about that? I wish LeBron had just taken the last shot.
See, there you go.
How about that?
Or what about Kyle Korver making the shot?
Yeah. Why would you pick Kyle Korver, who'd never taken a shot like that in his life?
They just said he was the 6th best shooter of all time.
Yeah, but he's not. That's regular season.
No, it's not. It's all season.
That's regular season.
It's all season.
You know what? This is going to be fascinating because Kevin Durant is clearly still the best player on the planet. And for him to come back and just upstage LeBron, everybody's saying, LeBron just won the MVP. Well, okay, I'll give you that.
So in other words, KD's going to pull a Willis Reed. He's going to come back for the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, but he ain't limping. He's going to be 100%. Willis Reed just came out as just a show of force, right? He just came out. It was ceremonial. He just came out and limped onto the court, and they said, way to go, Willis. And then his teammates took the game over.
As we get further away, you'd have thought Willis Reed had a triple-double in that game.
What did he have?
I don't think he scored. If he scored 2 points.
Maybe 2. KD's going to score 32 a game.
Kind of
Watch.
Like Go James?
All of a sudden, this team could be the out-of-the-box favorite to win the East. That's why the odds they're cut in half because all the betting sites are and all the casinos, they're all like, wait a second. What if they do?
Why they just cut them in half? Why not take it down to 10-1? Why not 5-1?
Well, as we get closer, it's going to plunge. That will happen. If it starts to leak out, remember the agent for Kevin has said from the start, there's no way. But Kevin left the door slightly open on Lil Wayne's radio show. And to me, if I just look at the facts of almost 14 months since the surgery, that would indicate to me that, yeah. And obviously, he's making a lot of money, and I'm sure the Nets would love to see him. If he's 1,000% ready, why not play?
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS.